Our dear guest of honor, Professor Colin Green, escorted by Catherine Green, your daughter, our dear guests from the United Kingdom, your names already mentioned, our dear international relations partner, Richard Field, Honorable Member of Parliament for this area, Honorable Muyanja Senyonga. Please, Honorable, is it possible for you to stand and thank you. Medical Director and Founder, Irona Hospital, Henry Gavin Mukalas. Administrator of the hospital, Rose Mukalas. My brother and childhood friend, Simon Sekancha of Hardware World. For the benefit of everyone here, Simon Sekancha is a born of this area. He originates from within the same neighborhood. Robert Sentongo of Share Clean Uganda Limited. Mr. Abbas Mutiala, Build Max Hardware. The priests, Reverend Fathers in your capacities, the sisters in your capacities, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am really honored to be here with everyone, and surprisingly, I've been part of Erona, Henry and Rose for a very long time, from childhood. So it's a blessing to be associating with you in such a wonderful project which has a community element. Thank you very much.
Professor Colin Green. I'm greatly honored to stand before you, sir. On behalf of Herona Board of Directors, and indeed on my own behalf, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to you and to the Almighty God, who has granted us the great opportunity and allowed us to gather here to witness what I can call a dream which has happened. Thank you so much, Professor. The fact is, this project started small. There was Sister Benicia who died. May her soul rest in peace. She was a good friend of mine. She helped me to pursue a bachelor's degree in diagnostic ultrasound from UNESCO. Before like a month, she told me that we would start a health facility in this area. So I wrote the proposal, I wrote everything. By then I was working with Postal Hospital. I was getting very small money. I drafted a plan and everything. So I gave them to her. Unfortunately, like after 2 weeks, she died. So that marked the end of the project. And it's better to start small. So I got the beds and other equipments. It found a small room which we rented out. We got 3 staffs, including Rose. Rose is the other half. So we started small. We started the facility. And it's very hard to work in the area where you're born, because you always need everyone to be happy and get content of the service, which is not so easy. So we have been working here all the time. I don't think she has ever gone out for an outing. We've dedicated all our time to this project, and I think if we had not done that, so really, I'm so grateful. You know, I never thought this would happen. I always had a dream from 2010 that we would set a facility like this one, but then I thought it won't be possible. This is phase 1. Phase 1 has a patient's reception where patients are received. It can accommodate up to 60 patients. We have a scan room. We have 2 scans in there. We have a full-time sonographer. Then we have clinical rooms. We have a lab. Our lab is fully registered by Ministry of Health. It's inspected and supervised by Mr. Robert. He's a laboratory scientific officer with a degree. Previously, the MC told me that we should introduce DNA test, screening tests in our facility. Several MC, we've done that. We've just signed a memorandum of understanding with Lancet Laboratories. So all those tests can be done. We always get out the samples, get off samples, and then Lancet picks the samples and then takes them for assessment. And usually our patients can benefit from that. Only that in the medical field, we don't advertise ourselves. So we can't like pass adverts, you know what, we have A, B, C, D. We always assume people who work on will always tell others. So we have a mini theater. It's small, but it's up to standard at least. There's a patient monitor, ambu bags, the AC, there's oxygen concentrator, which through his support, Mr. Richard, we got it. Thank you so much. We have a pharmacy which is supervised by a pharmacy technician. We can't afford to pay her. Comes only on a Saturday to see how we are doing. But if we had enough funding, we would keep her all the time. We started our dental services small, and with Mr. Peter is a public dental officer, fully registered with the Allied Health Professionals Council with a valid license. So we started small, and he was doing extractions from plastic chairs. With this bag of simple equipment we had, he was doing the extractions, and then we thought that it would be better, however small it would be, for our clients to have a professional touch. It was not so easy. The rooms were very small and crowded. One night, some gentleman came in and told me, "Musawo, ndimulwadde, but I'm going to admit myself." All the beds were full. He went under the bed and stayed there and told me, "I'll get my treatment there, provided I'm here." So, with the support from the dental hygienists, I would like them to stand up for special recognition. They traveled all the way from England to the village. They would go to other hospitals which are which are very good and have everything, but they decided to come in the village. They have given out over 6,000 toothbrushes to students and schools around. They've done a lot to help our area. I can't afford an air ticket to go to UK. I can't transport them here. So they've done all that through their own efforts. So we are so grateful. They came with a couple of dental equipment which we could not afford to buy. Now our dental clinic, we just step on equipment. They're just everywhere, and we are so glad. But still we request you kindly, anytime, keep us deep in the heart where blood can't reach. We love you and we need you to always come. Previously you've been doing projects in India, but we are not doing so good in Uganda. There's a school you went to, over 90% of the children were having dental issues. So keep us in your hearts. We always need you. Thank you. Madam Kathy Green, we are so grateful to all the support. You brought us equipment, and you're starting a project of training all the nurses online on how best to handle the clients and patients. We are so grateful. I mean, my friend Richard Field, we've been running this together. You just need to say what you told me. You're allergic to a crowd, but then I believe you have something special for us. So thank you so much.
Sanyuse, Okubalaba, Saba, Anyabo, Webley.
Jabba for no dida kamalitize.
Repeat again. Sanyuse, Okubalaba, Sebo, Ne, Anya. Webley, Okuja. Okuja. Webley. We decided we needed to build a medical centre, and literally the next day I came to Shisoga to buy some wood. I think the mill in Katosi is no longer there, you might know it. And right in front of the mill I saw a big sign that said screening, and I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like that in the village around. I walked inside and I met Henry Garvin, and since then I've never really looked back. I've never met anybody so dedicated and worked so hard as Henry Garvin, and he alone, and Rose, because Rose, where is Rose? Hey, I'm standing right in the way. Hey, I mean, Rose and Henry together have been fantastic. There hasn't been a day when I haven't had about 30 WhatsApps, pictures, photographs, receipts, everything accounted for, and it's been wonderful, really a joy. So thank you very much, and this is really the reason why I wanted to continue with this project. It's these two people. The foundation, which you can't see at the moment, was built by Henry. He didn't have any of our help. He'd already done that before I met him. And the wall started to go up at such a rate, we couldn't believe. And I went back and told my friend, Professor Colin, I promised I wouldn't say Professor. Anyway, and he also couldn't quite believe, really, how fantastically well it went up. So this year we've been doing dental, and I think Carol would like to say, well, Carol Brannan, you'd like to say a few words.
We feel very privileged to be here today, and especially privileged to be part of the opening of this amazing new facility, which is Arona Hospital. This week, with the invaluable help of Vincent, who has arranged all our school visits, and with the dental officer, Peter, who has helped us and supported us and translated to the children. But I have to say that their English is an awful lot better than my Ugandan. Out in the schools, we've been talking to the children about why teeth are so very important for general health and development and well-being. But it's not always the case that everyone has healthy teeth and gums. So we explained the reason that teeth and gums can go bad, and we've taught them how to prevent bad teeth and bad gums by using a toothbrush twice a day for 2 minutes using a special technique. We also chatted a little bit about not eating too many sweets or drinking too much soda. Once we chatted to the teeth, we then looked in every child's mouth, and with the help of Peter, were able to diagnose children that had dental disease, and we also will be able to identify those children that were already suffering from pain and invite them to come to the dental camp here at Horona, which we did yesterday. Children and adults visited the dental camp, and over 300 individuals were treated and were offered free extractions for the relief of their pain. This could not have occurred if it had not been for the foresight of Garvin, who understood the importance of including dental health and dental care inside a medical facility. As has already been mentioned, we have distributed almost 6,000 toothbrushes to the schools that we visited in this area, and so we hope that those young children are on the start of a path towards good dental health for life.
It just leaves me really to introduce to you Professor Colin Green. He's been a great friend of mine. When I came back after meeting Garvin, I went back and I said to him, I've met this amazing man who's doing amazing things in Uganda. And Colin said to me, is he good? I said, yes, he is. And that was it. That's all he needed to know. And he supported me through everything. He's an inspiration to me. He's an inspiration to people around the world. He's not just a professor, he's helped build hospitals all around the world in very difficult places, training doctors, nurses and surgeons. So it's a real honour to say thank you, and would you please like to just come and say a few words?
Very few words. I owe Uganda a huge debt, and I'll tell you why. I came here in 1962, and in those days I was a veterinarian, and I studied diseases in wild animals in the game parks in Queen Elizabeth, Murchison, and in Karamoja. That was 1962, and so you may say, well, what's the debt? The debt is 55 years on. It changed my whole life, because I decided then that I did not want to spend the rest of my life as a veterinarian. I wanted to do medical research because we had done such enjoyable research in Uganda. I went back to the UK and I said, people said to me, well, what's it like in Uganda? And I said, it's God's own country. I'm going back this time and I've not changed my mind because we've been made so welcome, my daughter and I know my colleagues from UK in the dental business have been so welcomed by all of you. Just a little bit of word about this project. I've been I've been very lucky in life, and I've had 3 big projects in my life, which I won't bore you with. But this is the 4th one, and I think it's a big project because it's central to a whole district, sub-county, region. And I think with this man, who is an inspiration, I mean, believe me, this guy, Garvin, is something special. I had no idea when I came out what he would be like. All I had was Richard, and Richard thinks everybody's nice. And my wife thinks that I think everybody's nice, and therefore very naive. But I'm now assured that not only Garvin and his lovely wife Rose are going to lead on this. And the thing that inspires me and excites me is that there are so many people here. It's a community effort. It isn't going to be just one champion. You always need a Godfrey as a champion. You always need a Marvin to start things off. Then you expand like an H-bomb, expand the whole thing.
Munyangu yenange ndagala kubeerako serebu